Ever wondered how some of your favorite pianists sound so sweet like this? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive into one of the most essential techniques for pianists trying to create that lush and sweet sound in their playing. These are known as drop two voicings. Let's break it down. Whether you're playing jazz, R&B, or pop, drop two voicings can add a lot of depth to your arrangements. Let's get started. So first things first, what are drop two voicings? In a standard chord, the notes are stacked closely together. Drop two voicings take the second highest note in the chord and drop it an octave lower. This gives the chord a more open and balanced sound. So why should you use drop two voicings? Well, they sound richer and fuller. They also spread out the harmonic content of your chords across the keyboard. This gives more space between notes, which can be very helpful when you are playing in a band or even when you're playing a solo. Let's take a C major chord as an example. We have the C, the E, and the G, all stacked closely together. Now, if we want to play a drop two voicing of the same chord, we would drop the second highest note, which is the E, and play it an octave lower. So let's find an E an octave lower. So this becomes a drop two voicing. Recognize how open the chord sounds compared to the original voicing. Let's do it again. So here's the original voicing with the root on my left. And here's a drop two voicing of the same C major chord. This sounds more pleasing to my ears than the original version. Let me know in the comments what you think. Now let's take another example. This time the C major 7. We have the C, the E, the G, and the B. Now here's how it sounds in the original. This is how you would normally play your C major chord. Let's apply drop two voicings to this chord. Remember, we are taking the second highest note and dropping it an octave lower. So what becomes our second highest note? You guessed right, that's the G. So we drop the G an octave lower. And what do we have left of the chord? We have the C, the E, and the B. So let's compare both chords. The regular chord, boring, and the drop two voicing. Okay. I know some of you would say, okay, so it looks like we're playing G in the root and we're playing some other chord on our right hand. Basically, we're just spreading out the same notes in the chord to have a more open sound. You can do this with any chord at all. You can do it with a minor 7th, a major 7th, a dominant 7th, a diminished 7th. Let's take a diminished example. So we have the C diminished. Once again, we have the C, the E flat, the F sharp, and the A. Using our technique, what would be the second step? The second step would be to find the second highest note in the chord, which is the F sharp in this case, because we have C, E flat, F sharp, and the A. A is the highest note, and the F sharp is the second highest note. So F sharp here goes down to the lowest octave here. So here's the basic form of the chord, right? And then here's the drop 2 voicing of the same chord. That sounds a bit muddy, so let's move it up. Let's move the whole chord up an octave. Up. All right. I can even get more creative and play stuff like. To really get comfortable with these voicings, it's better to practice them in all keys. To make it simpler, you can use the cycle of fifths or the cycle of fourths. Start with one voicing, say the C major 7, and then move through the cycle of fourths and fifths. This will help you play the same chord in all keys. So for example, we could do C major 7. Next would be our F major 7. Next we have our B flat major 7. And then we have our E flat major 7. And so on till you learn how to play all your drop 2 voicings in all keys. Don't worry if it feels tricky at first. Just take your time and play it slowly, one voicing at a time. Now that you've got the hang of the basic techniques, let's talk about how you can use drop 2 voicings in your actual playing. Let's take a typical example. We're going to play the worship song, Here I Am to Worship. Now that's one of my favorite songs by Andre Crouch. So there you have it. Drop 2 voicings also can be played with inversions. No matter the inversion of the chord you're playing, you can still use drop 2 voicings. Now here's an example. Let's take our C major 7 chord again. That's a C, E, G, B. Drop 2 in a root position sounds like this. Now let's play the next inversion. The next inversion. The next inversion. The next inversion. Back to the root position. So you can see how creative you can get with drop 2 voicings. Try incorporating inversions of drop 2 voicings with other voicings you've learned already. I'll give a typical example of a song by Israel Houghton called How Awesome Is Our God. I can't play the song because I may get a copyright strike, so I'll just play the progression for you and you can listen to the song yourself. If you don't know what 251s are, I would recommend this video right here for you to understand what they are, and then you can come back to this video. So in this song, he does a 6, 2, 5, 1, and the 4. Right? Now, before that, the song goes something like, I'm going to play the same thing and play the drop 2 voicings on the 251 section. If you didn't get that, I'm going to do it again on a regular 251. To the 4. To the 4. Here are a few tips to help you practice drop 2 voicings. Keep your practice steady by using a metronome. Start slow, then gradually increase your speed as you get more comfortable. Practice in different rhythms. Try playing the same voicings with different rhythmic patterns to see how they fit in different styles of music. Once you feel confident with the voicings, start improvising with them. Try building a melody on top of your drop 2 voicings, or use them to create interesting harmonic textures in your solos. These tips will help you incorporate drop 2 voicings naturally into your playing, and they will become part of your toolbox or your chord vocabulary. And that's it for today's lesson on drop 2 voicings. I hope this helps to add a new dimension to your playing on the piano. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like, and share. Also click the bell icon so you don't miss a lesson. And let me know how you're using drop 2 voicings in your music. I'd love to hear from you.